All right. Good afternoon, everybody. We're going to go ahead and get started. And thank you for joining PartnerCast. So PartnerCast is, let's get this one to go. Okay, great. So PartnerCast is our monthly our monthly opportunity to interface with our partners and share insights about what's going on at Barco. We're excited that you've all taken a little bit of time to attend today. So PartnerCast is a great opportunity that we hold on a monthly basis. And if you go back and you hit our website and look for PartnerCast in our events section, you'll see a number, like all of the previous recorded sessions that we've done throughout the year. So if you miss PartnerCast ever, you always have an opportunity to go back and revisit or share some of the content with your colleagues in the industry or within your company. Now, you can always ask questions, by hitting the chat feature in WebEx events, and we'll pick up those questions towards the end of the session. And we'd love to hear some feedback from you and answer any open questions that you have. And if you ever forget to ask something here, you can always hit us at us.connect@barco.com. That goes into our operations team in Duluth at our headquarters in the Atlanta area, and we'll be happy to get back with you with a response, whether it's related to PartnerCast or anything related to anything that a partner would want to know or need to know about doing business with Barco here in the Americas market. So PartnerCast is broken into three different segments: business alignment, product alignment, and strategy alignment. For our October session, we're going to be focused on number one. Our business alignment topic is our ClickShare and ClickShare Conference trade-in program. Second, on the product side, we're going to talk about a lot of the new innovations that have been engineered into the ClickShare Conference platform that really fit in with the new hybrid office concept that a lot of companies are starting to try to build in the enterprise market. And last but not least, we're going to talk a lot about the alliances program that we have for ClickShare Conference and the audio and video devices that are currently supported by ClickShare Conference and the ClickShare Conference ecosystem, which is building fairly rapidly in the market. So let's talk a little bit about our ClickShare and ClickShare Conference trade-in program. So this program really has been developed really to allow our partners to offer great upgrade opportunities for their end user clients in the market. Number one, you can always hit the website there, www.barco.com/trade-in, and make sure that you're looking at the information that pertains to North America, because this is a global program. I don't want you to navigate to the site that relates to the French program that we have, but the North American program is the one that you're going to want to look for. Now, you have three opportunities here as a pre-sales. As an integrator, you can offer this program to your customers and offer out some very aggressive MSRP changes when customers are trading products in. If you're one of our distributors, you can also offer this program to your integrators. And if you're at a customer site or you're an end user, there's also a portal that you can visit that's associated with end users requesting to trade in existing platforms for one of our newer ClickShare platforms. Now, all of the products that are related to ClickShare and ClickShare Conference are available for trade-in. So any of the old CSC, CSM platforms that we had in the market are all eligible to participate in this program, as well as some of the current models that we've sold over the past 3 to 5 years. We do have programs available for the CSE 200 and 200 plus. For present-only applications within a corporate environment. The CSE 800, which is the fully featured conference room or boardroom type of platform that has a lot of switching capability and really adds a lot of value for more complex installations, as well as all three of our ClickShare Conference platforms, the CX20, 30, and 50. So please visit the website. There's some great opportunities, great financial opportunities for you, our partners, to offer your clients as they're starting to build out their renovation strategy to handle this new hybrid office environment. And all the details are listed there on the website. Now, when we get to, as we get into our product alignment slide, I'd like to bring in one of my colleagues, Gautier. So Gautier, will you turn on your video and say hello to our audience today?
Hello, Kurt. Hello, everybody. Welcome into this partnercast, where Kurt and I were going to take you through a couple of the innovations happening in the labs within R&D, and some of the things that we have released in the past couple of months. So,
okay, let's get right into it. Gautier, your audio is kind of coming in and out, so if you can get a little closer to your mic, that would be fantastic.
Is this better?
Yeah, it's perfect. Perfect. Thank you very much. So just for everybody's information, Gautier is our product manager for ClickShare Conference and the meeting experience organization within our product team. So a lot of the innovations that we've brought to market were really driven through Gautier's organization. So if you do have some technical information or technical questions, this is the right session for you to be in, and we can probably address any and all of those for you. So go ahead and use that chat window and drop your questions into the system there. Now, what we've all faced this year is really this kind of changing new normal, and if we think about some of the things that we've seen happen in the market, Gautier, from Google to Salesforce to Siemens, I think yesterday I saw the announcement from Microsoft. Every company is really looking for this hybrid work environment, and how are they going to support the hybrid workforce?
That is correct. I think any company out there has seen in a couple past months a transition where they had to put everybody at home, where they experienced full home working, and where, depending on the region or what the state of the pandemic is in the country, they are seeing some of the employees already returning to the office and now facing the challenges of having part of the workers at home, part of the workers in the office, and are really looking at how they can cope, how they can enable their employees in this new hybrid type of workplaces.
Yeah, it's challenging because we're at Barco, in Belgium and in the US. We're back partially, right? But as you can imagine, with being a collaboration-based company, and that's one of the major things that we do. We do have a very collaborative nature within our own business. So we've kind of built tools to support our own business, and what we've really had to rethink is our meeting space strategy. So I know that our rooms are like our 6-person rooms are now down to like 3-person rooms, and our 15 or 20-person rooms are down to just a few. What changes have we made in the European headquarters?
Well, in the European headquarters, at maximum 50% of the employees are allowed to go to the office, which makes that, pretty much 50% of the employees are remote, even within a country. Meeting rooms have been reduced in capacity, as you're saying. There's been disinfecting wipes, everything set in place so that people can return to the office safely. In the beginning, there was also one-way traffic in certain hallways. There was 1 out of 2 seats which were available on the desks. So a lot of measures to keep the social distance within the company, to make sure that people wash their hands, disinfect their hands. And then they've also been looking at technology, seeing what we need now in these meeting rooms. And although we already had quite some rooms equipped with ClickShare Conference, especially in the headquarters in Barco, where, as I said, a lot of people are starting to get back to work, we've really seen a lot of new installations of ClickShare Conference to support these hybrid workspaces within the company.
Yeah, and I think some of the things that we talk to enterprise clients about is this whole concept that every place in your building is going to become a meeting space, whether it's the cafeteria, the hallways, some huddle spaces, wherever there's a visual display, that's going to be an area where, in this new normal or in this transition period of time that we're kind of facing now, these are all going to become like open spaces and open rooms. And we're going to find meeting spaces that are unique and aren't confined by 4 walls. I think we're going to have to be able to support really any facility, any location where we have a visual display where we can bring in video and we can bring in the UC platform, and employees can walk in with their laptop and immediately engage with colleagues, whether they are in person, remote, or located in another office or even another location within that same physical space. So we've already been in meetings where there's a couple of people in one room, there's a couple of people in another room. Traditionally, we would be in the same room, but due to being very cautious within our corporate culture, we're now split apart into two different rooms, and we're still trying to collaborate around the same content. So this whole concept around open rooms that you're going to start to see, in the future is really, really powerful. Now, when we look at the market itself, there's a lot of stats, and I know that you guys are looking at a lot of the things that are published by kind of workplace consultants, and this is some information from Gartner. So, how are we applying this within our own business and our own product development cycle?
No. So what we see here is a slide from Gartner, which is really an IT kind of consultancy, which really looks at how they'll spend and how they'll adapt to this new normal. And you see that from the very moment that COVID hit the companies, we saw all the people going working at home. The primary focus of all and every IT facility in any company has been to enable that remote work, making sure people are equipped, having the tools, have the access, have the internet, so that work can continue to go on. As we move further along, as we're hitting 2021, companies and IT staff are really looking at how will this change the workspace. And Gartner really identifies this hybrid workplace as something that will fundamentally change the way we work, and then also what needs to be installed in the meeting rooms and in the office spaces to support this. So short-term, IT really focusing on getting this remote work to work, getting the licenses in place, figuring out which tools to use, which tools to equip people with. And as we move forward, more and more focus will get into how can we support this in the office as well? How can we cater the office? How can we cater the spaces to really enable people who come back to work in an efficient way?
Yeah, and that's a really key consideration, especially for our partners and our resale partners that are in the market, because for such a long period of time, we've seen so much investment go for technologies or components that are really focused on working at the house, headsets, small remote speakers, things like that. But the next wave, and I think where most companies are starting to plan right now, and I know when we talk to our client base here in the US, what they're looking for right now is how do we get people back into the office, and what is our return to the office strategy? And that's going to be the next big funding wave that, the AV industry and people that are focused on UCC as a platform and really building this efficiency back into the workplace. That's going to be the next funding wave that a lot of companies are going to start investing in. And it's going to take them some time to really consider the technology investments that they feel as though they need to be making. So this is an excellent opportunity to really, refocus some of the efforts on this. How do we get people back into the workplace? Because we know that that's going to be a key component in, how they allocate some of their budgets, and they are going to look at it as a strategic IT investment. Now, when we get back into kind of that strategic IT investment and we start to get people back into the workplace, there are going to be some key challenges that people are going to face when they get back into the office. So these are kind of the three value points that we kind of identify as things that we can address with ClickShare Conference. So, walk us through this a little bit, Gauthier.
Okay. One of the realizations that we made, and even before COVID hit us, is that people in their day-to-day activities to basically do their professional work and in their professional life, they need to reach out from day to day with different partners, with customers, with even suppliers or other people, other companies who might not always be using the same tools as the company itself does. And even within a company, even you have multiple sites, maybe acquisitions, or even they are even allowing multiple tools in the company. So the first reality check is that when you look at an average agenda of an average, I would say, white collar employee, you'll see that he will not be using one single tool. Multiple tools are being used to have conferences, to reach out to internal and external people. And the question is, how do we deal with this? How will people be able to cope with this? And how are people coping with this? Second reality check is, given the reality check number one, that people are using different tools, or people are having to use these tools for a day-to-day basis. How do they enable these employees to work at their best inside a meeting room? And then we've seen several approaches in this. We've seen companies equipping different rooms with different systems, or having, I would say, quite intelligent but still quite complex systems where you had multiple options within a room. The thing is, if you want to enable your users to use any room at any time with a very simple experience, then the experience needs to be the same everywhere, and people need to be able to use these rooms and get started very quickly. If each and every room is different or has different functionalities or different capabilities, this becomes very, very difficult for your employees. And then reality check number three is, people have been sitting at home, people have been working with these conferencing tools behind their desk or wherever they are. And when they enter the meeting room, they find themselves with another interface, a system that they're not very much used to. The system which has a different layout, that looks different, which has other configuration than that tool that they are used to use, that tool that they have on their PC, the tool that they use day to day, and the tool that they have learned to use and are starting or have started liking to use as well. So multiple tools, rooms not always being equipped to support the use case that it's intended, and then different user interfaces are three, I would say, challenges or frictions that people are going to find when they come back into the office.
Yeah, absolutely. So, this value proposition that we've kind of put together around ClickShare Conference, walk into the meeting room with your personal device, which is going to be more comfortable for people moving forward as their own physical laptop. Not only because it's their own device, but and they know where it's been, but they also know how to operate it using the ClickShare button and join that meeting directly from your laptop, and then being able to use the immersive experience of all the high-end USB peripherals that are present in the room. It's really it really fits that niche, and it really addresses many of the frictions that you just mentioned. So now, I know we delivered some really good value in the initial kind of launch of the product, but you guys have done a tremendous amount of work on the product side, and I want to get right to some of the new innovations that you guys have really developed. So let's talk about how you're helping customers kind of deal with this new normal through the technology window as well.
Yep. So as we started learning things about this virus and how it propagates and stuff like that, we immediately started looking at how to clean and disinfect the button if necessary. Yeah. We're also looking into our production. We're looking into adding materials into the plastics in order to make sure that it's antibacterial and antiviral, so that people can use it safely. Yeah. More and more research is, however, getting out of there, seeing that the transmission is more and more is dominantly airborne, but I think it's still a good idea to clean out these buttons and make sure that this is part of your daily meeting room cleaning routine. Next thing we've been working on is really into features and functionalities into the ClickShare app that can help people improve their workflow, whether they're at home or in the office. Given that one click to join functionality in the ClickShare app, that enables you to simply join any WebEx, Zoom, or Teams call right from the ClickShare app, and it opens the Teams or the UC call on your laptop, really improves the workflow and can be used by anyone, whether at home or in the office. And then last, we're also looking into, can we see or measure or sense how many people are actually in the room? Can we give this information, and can we give maybe some feedback through the wallpaper or some visual elements to show that people have reached the maximum limit into a meeting room? So different things are ongoing to really support people to safely return into the office.
Yeah, and the ClickShare app has really gone through a tremendous amount of kind of improvements since the beginning of the year. And if you don't have the ClickShare app or you haven't used it up to this point or haven't updated it recently, updates are published on a monthly basis, roughly, and you can always go to www.clickshare.app, and you can always find that and download it there. It's a free download, and it has an auto updater feature in it. And at this point, I don't have to surf into my Teams to find my next meeting. Generally, I'm just using my ClickShare app, whether I'm utilizing ClickShare for that meeting or not. I'm just using that because it's an efficiency gain or it's an efficiency hack for my personal workflow. So great job on the renovation of the app. It's been a tremendous help for me. Now the other things that we've done are really around the core product and functionalities today. So one is really the share with confidence. And this came out with our 2.6 firmware that was released at the beginning of October, end of September. So, how have you, what improvements did you make here?
Now, to really give that room kind of feeling to the people inside the room and outside of the room, of course, we have increased the camera resolution and it's the image quality in the camera resolution. This is one of the many improvements that we have done and that we still will continue to build on. And then next of all, for those who have already played around with the ClickShare conference systems, they have probably seen the permanent bar at the bottom of the screen. This is where we indicate if the camera is being used, if the microphone is being used. In the December release, for example, you'll also see there if the microphone is being muted or not. Also gives you an indication if people are seeing the content locally through local view. It's a little record icon. And on the right, you can see on the right image, will also give you the toggles to some other functionality. But really giving people higher quality sharing, but also video calls, and making them aware of what's going on and what's being used in the meeting room is what we added so that people can share with confidence.
Okay, so that was one of the major innovations. Now another one really was around this kind of remote and in-room viewing. So how did you kind of navigate this technology challenge, and where are people going to see benefit with this?
This is one of the many what I call workflow improvements that we're working on, and that is going to come through the ClickShare app. So basically, when you are in a call, whether it's a Zoom call, WebEx, Teams, or any other platform, and you are sharing your screen or an application within that platform, ClickShare will detect this and will automatically share that exact same content within the meeting room. It removes one click, and it basically streamlines your workflow inside the meeting room when you are presenting content remotely.
Okay, so another kind of workflow hack to try to make it more user-friendly and the user experience becoming significantly better. Okay, now the other thing is being able to make sure that you know what you're sharing as well. And that I know that's always been something that people have shared as, hey, how do I know exactly what I'm sharing?
Absolutely. So this is a feature that basically in some way gives the power or the choice to the end user. If you have multiple displays attached to your PC, you can select which of the desktops you actually want to share. And if you want to share within confidentiality or you don't want to share your entire desktop, the ClickShare app also enables you to share only an application window in the meeting room so that you don't share everything, basically.
Yeah, I know that could get embarrassing at times. So maybe you're sharing something that you shouldn't be sharing, or throwing up your email and where people shouldn't be seeing that. So another great innovation from a privacy perspective. So great job with that. And then last but not least, kind of digging back in a little bit into this one click to join. So we talked a little bit about this, and I guess the next step would be kind of like the calendar integration and things like that. Are we thinking about different ways to make this even more dynamic than it is just by being able to join these different UC platforms through the app itself?
Absolutely. Already, when you join or when you press the join button in this functionality in the ClickShare app, if you are actually inside the meeting room, which was also in the calendar invite, the app will also automatically connect to the meeting room. So this is one of the parts where the app and the meeting room are starting to, or will start to interact more and more. And once we also have calendar integration on the meeting room device, you'll really be able to use the ClickShare app to book your rooms, to release your rooms, to find an available room with enough capacity. And then this whole workflow, this whole the different aspects in the workflow will really be tied together and will work as one to, well, give you better meetings, better remote meetings, and a better experience all along the way.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, you guys have certainly been busy. So, just one of the things that I thought was really compelling when we started to look at this, and really it is a lot about kind of the workflow for the employee and how you as an integrator deliver value into your enterprise clients. So technology is great, but how do you improve the workflow? So, we put this kind of concept together where, your workflow today, you walk in the room, you go into your calendar, you find the invite, you join, and then you can start to share your files. Essentially, with a lot of the things that Gauthier and his colleagues have been working on, you're really taking two big steps out of this process. You're joining directly from the ClickShare app. You're not having to surf through your calendar and open up that invite and join directly from that and get right to your information as quickly as possible. And through a lot of our research, we've shown that 7 minutes or like the 7 minutes of a 30-minute meeting are typically wasted on trying to just figure out the platform. And I think something that I always have to remind myself about is, hey, we're not like, our customers are not technology wizards in all cases, right? So they run into some of these technology challenges. So as frequently as we can add value to the workflow for our non-technically oriented customers or people that aren't using this type of technology on a daily basis, the better off we're going to be, and the more valuable, intrinsically valuable that solution is going to be to the user community. And that's number one for us, is trying to deliver value for the user community. Mm-hmm. So that's good stuff. Thank you. Now, what else? Let's give our audience just a little bit of a snapshot at a high level of what you're working on from a roadmap perspective. So this kind of is our public roadmap, but you can kind of dig into some of the details that you feel are good ones to highlight here.
Well, a number of these things, I'm going to go into detail into each and every one of them, but it's basically going to make ClickShare the control point, the central control point of your meeting. It's the device which is on the network, which is connected to the peripherals, which is connected to the room calendar, which can be connected to digital signage in the future, and is really going to bring everything together into one very nice experience. If we look at peripheral management, for example, we're currently working with Logitech to be able to update and configure the Logitech peripherals through the ClickShare base unit. And then with a number of deliverables that we're seeing for Q4, for example, the mute sync whilst keeping the certification are all things that are really going to make ClickShare the control point of the meeting room. Something I do want to stress a little bit is what's on Q1 2021. There we are going to launch a new mobile app with a number of features which are going to be launched officially. This new mobile app for just screen sharing is already available on the App Store since last week and works with all ClickShare devices. Yeah, a very big innovation, which is really going to improve a lot of things for a lot of users, is what we call the Connect Automatically, which for those, and I'm not ashamed to refer to somebody else who did it, but this is basically the Cisco proximity setting. So you walk into a room, the application connects immediately to the ClickShare conference base unit, and you have this really, really nice experience of just being able to walk in and share immediately. If we look a little bit further, it's really going to be making sure that ClickShare Conference is a modern conferencing platform onto which you can build your business operations, being daily or monitoring everything that's going on the system, on the platform, being able to integrate with more sensors, more systems to make sure that you have a fully business-like operation that you can set up. And then certification is, of course, something that we're actively working on today. These things take a little bit of time, though, so we put it at 2020 and beyond.
Okay. Well, there's a lot of rich feature enhancement here that is going to make the conferencing platform, the ClickShare conferencing platform, really instead of just a device in the room, really kind of you can build the technology around the ClickShare conference platform, which is fantastic. So really interested to see when some of these innovations hit the market, and all of these innovations, and how do we deliver these innovations? Because I think this is something that's a little bit unique to Barco, right? So We have the ClickShare app that gets updated automatically, through an auto updater on a monthly basis. And then you guys release a lot of these improvements through firmware releases that come out every quarter. And we're not charging for those firmware upgrades. So a customer that buys today is going to enjoy the benefits of these down the road with their current, when they make their expense or they spend their money today, they're still going to benefit from all of these net new innovations that come down the development pipeline as well. Correct?
Absolutely, and we do support our platforms for a large number of years. So all platforms are supported for at least 5 years with bug fixes, security fixes, but also feature enhancement. And having this new platform really gives you a security of having these new functionalities, these additional functionalities, and that support from Barco for the next so many years to come whilst having these devices in place. Now, something else that's very important in there, and I think you, Kurt, or Dave will touch this after this, is our partnership program, where really Barco sees that it's not alone in the meeting room. There's devices attached to it, and Barco is working together with a number of vendors out there to make sure that these setups work nicely and continue to work in the future.
All right, that's awesome. So great opportunity for future enhancements that for customers that are going to make their purchase decision now. We've still got a very robust roadmap that we're going to deliver to them, at no cost in the future as well. So great message out to your enterprise clients. Now, initially I touched on the whole, the trade-in program, but, just in the Americas, there's a tremendous upgrade potential for our integration partners. And whether you sold the original device or you didn't sell the original device to that customer, you can still take advantage of that trade-in program as you engage your customers around a conversation around their individual technology roadmap and what they're going to need in this new hybrid work environment. So, think about the number of units that are installed in the Americas market, and it's a tremendous opportunity for you to really add value for your customers. Now, as Gauthier mentioned earlier, we do have a very robust kind of alliance program that's developing as well. And we're really certifying a couple of different levels within our alliance program. One is that items are going to work together very well, right? And they've been kind of validated. We're also going to the point where we're doing testing and the vendor is doing testing as well. So then they're cross-compatible, and both companies are certifying that the design is going to work together. And then there's going to be this other element or this other level within our program where we're really doing kind of the strategic development work collectively. Gauthier mentioned the Logitech work where we're going to be able to control many of their peripherals through our base stations, and that's really a different level of engagement between our two companies. So, we've got these 3 different levels really to build out a very robust kind of ecosystem around the product line and allow you to have a wide amount of choice on the systems that you're going to select to build out some of these rooms. And down at the bottom here, you'll see a web link, and if you look in, if you just visit barco.com and click in, type in ClickShare Alliances, you'll be able to navigate directly to the page, but it'll show you all of the alliance partners that we have at this point and all of the devices that we've already cross-tested for compatibility. Now, right now within the audio and video portion, these are the companies that we've really worked the most with so far. This is not an exhaustive list of all of the companies or the ecosystem companies that we are working with actively to secure cross-validation of the platforms, but these are the ones that we're the most, they're furthest along with. And this really covers about, this along with a number of other companies, covers about 92 devices that have been certified to work with ClickShare Conference on the audio and video side. So it's a pretty robust amount of devices in the microphones and cameras and all-in-one. So there's a very wide compatibility, and a lot of this expansion in the compatibility of the devices really came in that September release of firmware that Gauthier mentioned, where we rolled out all this other functionality too. So, if you haven't taken a look at what we support today, take a look, because it's a tremendous amount, and you can navigate to that right through our alliances page as well. And there's a white paper in there that lists out all of the devices that we're currently certified with or approved with. So, great ability to build systems here. Now, we're also working with display companies. Many of the main display companies that you'll see out there in the market, Sharp, LG, Avicor, Sony, ViewSonic, and C-Touch at this point. Again, this list will continue to grow, but these are the main players in the meeting room display and touch panel display market that we've worked with so far. And last but not least, we haven't found any incompatibility with any of the UC platforms that are out in the market today. And this is not an exhaustive list either, but this will hit your majors between Zoom, Teams, WebEx, Google, Skype, BlueJeans, LogMeIn, and Pexit. So there's some great compatibility here, so you can really have a high level of confidence associated with building room systems and building solutions for your enterprise clients. Okay. Now, one of the last things that I wanted to mention to you is there's a lot of marketing resources that are available to you through the MyBarco platform. So if you don't have a MyBarco account, go to barco.com, and in the upper right-hand corner, you're going to see an area where it says MyBarco, and it's very easy to register for that. And what it basically is going to give you is a lot of this marketing information that's going to be available to you in the media center for each one of the products. And this isn't limited to ClickShare or ClickShare Conference. Whether it's LED walls, LCD walls, projectors, image processing, there's a lot of great sales information and great technical information that's available for anybody with a MyBarco account. So we suggest that all of our reseller partners and all of our integration partners sign up for one of those MyBarco accounts. If you haven't done it, it takes you about 2 minutes, and you can get all this inside information, which is fantastic, along with additional sales tools like demo videos and how-to videos. So it's a great action for all of our partners to take. Sign up for that MyBarco account and get on the inside, all the inside information about the products. And really, they're developed to allow you to position yourself as a more effective seller of the technologies and be a more informed seller of the technologies. So last but not least, we always end with kind of the 5 things to remember after PartnerCast here in October. Number 1 is the ClickShare Conference trade-in program really helps our partners offer an upgrade path to this new hybrid office concept at a great value and a discounted price. So great opportunity for you to take advantage of today. So visit that trade-in program and get all the details. 1 click to join, 1 click to share, and 1 click to sync. So those were the major innovations that we released in the September firmware release, the 2.6. And that, again, is a free download, and it would always be free in the future for people that have ClickShare or ClickShare Conference. The compatibility with over 90 USB audio and video devices currently, and that list will continue to grow over time. We're still hard at work with our alliance partners to certify and validate new solutions that they're bringing to market or existing solutions that they have on the market. Our alliance program really gives you the confidence to build systems with approved devices. And last but not least, and this is number 5, but it's the most important, is we're 100% channel run business. So we don't sell anything directly to the end user community. We're not out there trying to sell upgrades or software upgrades or any of those things. All of our revenue flows through our channel partners in the Americas. So we will either win or lose with you, but we are not running after a direct sales opportunity with end users. So I always like to end with that one, because we're 100% channel focused business. So give us a chance and become a Connect partner and take advantage of those Connect partner benefits as in the Americas. And really, there's a lot of great benefits for all of our partners. So with that, that's the end of our PartnerCast for October. You can always email us at us.connect@barco.com if you have any questions after today's session, and our operations team will get that question routed to the appropriate person within our company. And I don't know, I don't see any questions in the chat window, but Estella, I might be missing something. Do you see anything on your side?
Yes, there's a question. Are the camera and microphone available via the use of the button only, or the desktop app as well?
Gauthier, do you want to address that one?
Yeah, for now, the wireless conferencing capabilities are or can be used with the button only. However, we're working on having app-based wireless conferencing in place, and we're hoping to deliver this somewhere mid next year.
And that's really this entry here on the roadmap.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
There were also some questions that came into the Q&A, which Gauthier actually was able to respond. I don't know if you want to share them with everyone on. If you do, the first one is to clarify, does the desktop app work with CX platform today?
Absolutely. So all apps now, especially with the release of the new mobile apps, so both the mobile and the desktop apps work with all CS, CSE, and CX base units.
The next question is, are there limitations to new features relative to laptop OS versions?
So in general, we do only support the latest OSs. I think for Windows, the main or the target operating systems are Windows 8 and 10, although we still validate on Windows 7 as well. And on Mac, we develop mainly for the last 2 or 3 releases. The goal is to have the functionality available to all users, no matter which platform or which tools they are using. However, it might be that we focus on some more popular platforms first. As an example, currently the one-click join will only work on Windows in combination with an Outlook installation.
And the final question is, does Conference support the BIAMP to Sierra for audio input/output?
So in a general rule, the best thing to do is to look at the devices or the brands that we partner with to have or to be sure on which devices we support. I always refer to the supported peripherals white paper, which is a document that shows devices that we know works, that we validate for most of these devices, and that we are able to support in the future. I think the BIAMP Tezira is not on the supported peripherals white paper, but I'm pretty sure I have seen some installations who have it. But to be sure, you would have to test for yourself.
And you can find that white paper on the Alliances page, as well as the main homepage for ClickShare Conference. Yeah.
This page is also updated on a quarterly basis. However, we're looking, as we're starting to get more and more devices from partners, from different partners that are joining or wanting to join, I think we're going to move to a more dynamic page in the future, where you'll really see every device coming in as we can validate it or as a partner can validate it.
That's awesome. Okay, does that wrap us up, Estella?
Yes, it does.
All right. Well, thank you very much again for joining today's PartnerCast. Gauthier, thank you for joining and helping us deliver some of the insights around ClickShare and ClickShare Conference. Very appreciated. And don't forget, we're going to have another PartnerCast coming up next month in November. And we're going to be talking a lot about immersive experiences around projection and other technologies, other enabling technologies. That's going to be a big use case that's coming up as people are looking to create amazing experiences for people to get back in the office. So that's going to be our November topic, and we're excited about that. So take a look out for the next invites for PartnerCast. You can always go back and download some of the previous content that we've delivered in the past couple of months. And thank you again for your time today, and thank you for your partnership here in the Americas market. So have a great day and great afternoon, and thanks again for joining today.
See you all and stay safe. Bye-bye.